All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. And small distributor Michael Stone was in, and what do you call him, Stoned Imports? I don't know. Well, anyways, he's got some really good stuff. And, well, one of the wines that I enjoyed out at the Washington auction last year, Mike Ryan actually took a bottle home with me, the 25th anniversary bottle. Actually, I got 2 bottles. I really like the wines, and I'm going back this year for the Washington State wine auction. A good time was had by all. We're going to actually go out to wine country this year. Well, some of the stuff from Washington State here and a mixed bag of other things. I've combined 2 tastings into one here for a review on Mike's wines. The first wine is a Sauvignon Blanc from Mercy Cellars from Arroyo Seco, Southern California. This wine's 100% Sauvignon Musk clone, and some of the folks that used to work for Foley, I guess, started this label. That's what the story is. All this is sourced fruit from a single vineyard. It has a lovely peppery kind of green herb note on the nose. A bit spicy here. Also some white grapefruit, notes of gravel as well, like nice mineral nuance there. But fairly strong in the herb department, which one of the things Sauvignon Blanc is known for. Very bright and savory style on the palate. A nice hand of that green peppercorns and herb spice coming through on the finish. A bit of a salty note here too. Very good stuff at $15.75. The Mark Ryan Descendant from Columbia Valley was up next. This is a blend of 30% Cabernet, a little Syrah in there, 30%, 22% Merlot, Cab Franc, Malbec, and Petit Verdot. So basically a Bordeaux-style blend with a little Syrah thrown in there. Well, quite a bit, actually, 30%. 1,800 cases produced, so a relatively small production here. This wine's got a lovely sweet tobacco spice on the nose, dark cherry, currant berry fruit, some herbs, and dark chocolate notes, as well as some floral notes here. Plump and round on the tongue with excellent freshness, though, even though these wines are big in Washington State, but this wine's got a lovely balance of firm underbelly of acidity, a classic vintage, these 2010s. Really long, elegant finish, some spice and loamy earth notes coming through on the end. Excellent. All right, and then the Dead Horse from Red Mountain. Red Mountain, one of my favorite appellations in Washington State. This one's a blend of 60% Cabernet Sauvignon, 15% Cabernet Franc, 11% Malbec, Merlot, and Petit Verdot make up the remainder of the blend. Just over 1,000 cases produced. Light, smoky, toasty, oaky note to the nose here, to the dark cherry and cassis berry fruit, espresso, dark chocolate notes, lovely complexity on the nose. A nice big wine on the tongue with lots of that dark cherry and cassis berry fruit, thick and chewy, but a nice burst of acidity here. The 2009 is a little bit fatter of a vintage than 2010, but drinking really nicely long now, and still nice balance. Excellent juice at $57.75. And then the Perata Vineyards from Yountville, Napa. This wine, all estate bottled, only about 220 cases produced. These guys are producers, or growers rather, just recently started to bottle their own wines. A little bit of cedar and cigar box, graphite to the currant and cherry fruit here. Black olive note too, something you get out of Cabernet Sauvignon, cooler climates. A smooth and polished wine on the tongue with a nice evolution here. Cherry fruit, dried tobacco spice, and good freshness on the finish. A very good little wine, but at $41, we expect a little bit more there. The Godspeed Cabernet, we expect a lot more here. This is Larry Stryker, the architect, turned grower, now vintner. And I don't know, a little bit of VA, maybe nail polishing on the nose. This wine maybe not 100% right. All right, the Mercy Pinot Noir. Like I said, I combined 2 tastings into one here. Up next, fresh style of Pinot from Arroyo Seco. Nice hint of exotic spices, some fresh earthy notes here as well. Black raspberry fruit, a bit smoky on the nose as well. Pretty good complexity there. A nice touch of spice and mineral coming through on the finish to that dark raspberry fruit. And then good freshness here. Very good little bottle of wine at $28.50. The Purple Hands from Oregon. This wine is a blend of Merlot, Syrah, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Cabernet Franc. So again, a Bordeaux-style blend with a little Syrah thrown in there. Very fresh, nice earth and herbal note to the dark cherry. And a little funky here on the nose too. Currant and plum fruit as well. Ripe and plump on the tongue with plum and cherry fruit showing. Notes of dried tobacco spice. A nice savory finish. Some fine tannin showing in there. Winemaker is Cody Wright, which is Ken Wright's son here. Very good little bottle of wine for a little different style blend at $23.75. And then the Board Track Racer by Mark Ryan. This is his second label, Columbia Valley Red, blend of Cabernet Merlot, Syrah. No varietals on the label because it changes every year. We're not a big fan of people that do that, but we do like Mark Ryan's wines. A good amount of dark earth showing here on the nose with espresso, dark plum, cherry fruit, currant, a little bitter cocoa, and sweet tobacco spice. Nice complexity there. A little bit lighter on the palate, very more easy drinking, more everyday style wine here. Smooth and round tannins, some of that earth and spice coming through on the finish, but still lovely freshness. Black pepper spice showing on the finish. Very good wine. And then the real deal of the day, the Perata Family Franks from Yountville. This wine, 2007 vintage at $24 retail, man. Hard to find estate bottle wines. Again, these guys growers. They make around 1,000 cases of this wine. 100% Cabernet Sauvignon. Good amount of dark currant and black cherry fruit. I love this 2007 vintage. Lovely balance there. Some lovely dark chocolate. There's a kind of fresh loamy note too. A little bit of toasted oak spice. Really nice concentration on the palate for wine at this price. Firm tannins also. It's Cabernet Sauvignon, but nicely balanced with acidity and nice ripe berry fruit, a little bit of loamy, earthy notes at the end. An excellent bottle of Cabernet for 24 bucks. That's what I had to drink. The folks from Stone Distributors. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off from the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.